Welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
So good to be with you.
It's good to have you here. I know you just flew in last night,
Right.
so I'm glad you got some rest and are here with us today. Our focus this morning is on the Zika virus. What is the latest with it as it concerns in Washington?
Well, we're learning more and more about Zika itself. This is a really cruel virus that eats away at the brain of a fetus. When that baby is delivered, they will require care for the rest of their life, very expensive care, and it's a heartbreaking experience for the family to have that challenge. Day before yesterday in Washington, we voted on appropriations for combating Zika, and the vote was very disappointing. I met that morning twice with Dr. Tom Frieden, the director of the Centers for Disease Control, and the House only approved $1 out of every $5 that they requested. I talked with him about, well, what difference does that make? And he said it really can impair. They're seeking a vaccine, they're controlling the mosquitoes, and they're getting more information to prevent this. I think, in short, the answer to your question is we don't need panic, but we do need prevention.
Which leads to my next question. We don't need panic. We do need prevention, you say. How worried should Texans be?
I think we should be quite concerned about it. The island of Puerto Rico, it is envisioned that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of American citizens there who will be infected with Zika. We know that there have already been a number of cases, a couple here in Travis County, across this area in San Antonio and Williamson County. These have been from travel. We've got some pretty tough Texas mosquitoes. And with this rain, they will be out in force. And I think it's just a matter of time before we begin to have the kind of cases directly from mosquitoes here in Texas that have affected other countries and have affected part of America and Puerto Rico.
There's a summer break that's coming up within about a month for Capitol Hill. What else can we expect from Washington as it relates to Texas issues from now until then?
Probably mainly campaign speeches, which is unfortunate. I think we have important business to do, and really this Zika matter has to be resolved during that time. Even Marco Rubio said the House is playing with fire. We've only approved about half of what the Senate has approved to deal with this. And on this problem and many others, we need the House to get to work and address these problems that I'm hearing about from people right here at home.
Going back to Zika, because we have so many hot zones here in Texas and just over 50 cases.
Yes, and I think we're bound to have more. Certainly, we each want to do the kind of things like removing water after these rains. I was out shaking off the cover for my grandchildren's sand pile, not leaving any standing water. But we need our local health department, which is short of funds to do this from my conversations with them, to be fully funded, to be able to go out, do the mosquito traps, check these mosquitoes and find out where we are, and then to go in and monitor anyone who has Zika so that it's not spread throughout our area.
And that's what's important.
Those are important measures. That's impaired by taking money from the Ebola fight, which is another big concern because that could come up again in Africa and be spread elsewhere, and not taking money from there and other kinds of emergency preparedness and shifting it over to Zika. We need to do both. And I hope that some folks will come to their senses, will listen to people like Marco Rubio and more importantly to the Center for Disease Control and help us get the monies that we need to prevent Zika so we're not in a panic.
Well, as always, Congressman, we appreciate you coming and discussing these important issues for all of our viewers and your constituents.
Thanks so much.
Have a great day.
You too.